Welcome to Lighting for Profits.
All light.
Powered by Emery Allen. Here is your host, Ryan Lee.
All light. Welcome to the number one landscape lighting show. And today, maybe your number one holiday lighting show based in Omaha, Nebraska, of course. Excited to hang out. Ryan Lee, your host of Lighting for Profits, powered by Emery Allen. What's up, Emery Allen? Excited for today's episode. I'm not sure. Are we going to add value? I think we can. Erik and I can do this. We love to hang out. We love to have fun. But I've got Mr. Erik Terkelsen with Holidynamics on the show today. And I was going to joke around a little bit because I'm hoping Scott's going to listen to this. And I was going to ask Erik, so how long have you owned Holidynamics? But Erik, even though he is, Mr. Holidynamics, he's the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer. And it's going to be awesome. So we got the 250th year of the United States of America coming up. So we're going to talk about some holiday stuff, some things that you guys can do to bring in some additional revenue during the summer, which is cool. But we're going to have him on, talk some new products, and talk what's trending in the holiday lighting industry. So make sure you guys stick around for Erik. Always a good time. By the way, thank you guys so much for your support. Seriously, it's awesome that I get to do this every single week. We're over 100 reviews on Apple. We've got, I don't know how many, 60 or 80 or something like that on Spotify. So as a reminder, you still can do a 5-star review if you're super bored and you want to help a brother out. A couple of quick announcements coming up in 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, July 10th at my house. Okay. The second ever Friday fly-in at my house in my living room. Unless too many people show up, then we'll maybe go get a venue or whatever. But the last one was great. I think we had 9 or 10 of us. So we fit in my living room. But this is for Illuminati members only. So you have to be a member of Landscape Lighting Secrets. But this is like a mastermind. If you don't know what that is, there's no PowerPoint. Okay. This is we just hang out in my living room and we're going to work on your business. You're going to leave with some breakthroughs of crap, some epiphanies of man, why wasn't I doing that before? We'll put you in the hot seat. We'll make sure we help you break through whatever problems you're facing in your business right now. So that's coming up July 10th. If you're in Landscape Lighting Secrets, make sure you register. It's free for members, but you do got to register because, got to get food. I think I got, if my mom's listening, Mom, we got to do lunch again. So got to get the order in to Chef Candace. Also, September 9th and 10th. Again, this is members only Secret Summit coming up. Coming up September 9th and 10th here in Park City, Utah. It's going to be awesome. It's a beautiful time of the year to be up in Park City. Main Street's amazing, beautiful. We'll go out and do some dinners and stuff like that. So again, this is for Illuminati members only. You do need to get registered. And if you're considering and you're on the fence, man, should I join Secrets? Should I not? Probably be a good time. So you meet a couple people before, and then you can show up for the September 9th and 10th Secrets Summit. Okay, so again, in just a couple minutes, we got Erik Terkelsen with Holidynamics coming on the show. Before we invite Erik on, I gotta get something off my chest. I this last week we did what's called Vacay in Paradise, and I basically took. I'm gonna do this every year. This is the first year we've done this, but it was really good, and we're definitely gonna do it every year. I took my team and their families and my family to Vacay in Paradise, and no one knew where we were going. Until I told them. But the cool thing is, Darcy, Jerica, they do all the planning. They normally do everything. Well, I took it upon myself. I planned this entire trip from flights and the hotel and the transportation and the activities and everything. Okay. And so it was just an honor for me to be able to serve in that way. And be guys, know what? Just we're not working. Don't worry. You don't have to do this. Cause the last thing I want to do is hey, we're going to Paradise. Can you guys plan it all? So it was fun for me to do that. My kids had no idea where we were going until we got, so there was a layover in New York. And then when we got to the gate in New York, it said Punta Cana. And they're like, where's that? So they didn't know. They're like, well, we have to know what to pack. I'm like, what would you pack if you were going to Paradise? So they were stoked. They're like, well, we're going to Dominican Republic. This is amazing. So that was a lot of fun. But anyway, so we're in Dominican Republic, and the beaches there, beautiful. The resort we were at was a Hard Rock. It was an amazing place. For some reason, I can't figure out why I didn't love Dominican Republic. I can't figure that out yet. But it was beautiful, sandy beach and the beautiful colored ocean, warm water. It was really good. And I'm born and raised in Utah in the mountains, and so I'm like a little kid. Like you put me in an ocean in front of me, and I can just like stare at it. I'm just like I just go like full autistic, like just like staring at the ocean, and it's just so fun for us. Like we don't experience oceans that much, so we just have so much fun. And we're out there in the waves, and the waves one day was like hardly anything, and then other waves they were a little bit more turbulent, but nothing crazy. And so I'm like, convincing my youngest, she's 11, to come out in the waves and stuff like that, and come out a little bit deeper and stuff like that. And I realized, like, if you don't time it right, like the wave can like break right on your face, right? And so it can hit you, and they're powerful waves, right? It can take you down. In fact, I lost my glasses that I had just bought on the beach the day before, right? And so, but what happened, and I realized this, I'm like, hey guys, come out past the break. And you guys know that, aren't as weird as me, and you people that are used to oceans and getting in waves, like as soon as you get past the break, it's relatively calm. Like it's pretty relaxing, and you don't have to worry about a wave breaking on you, and the waves just kind of move underneath you, right? You kind of move up and down, but yeah, it's pretty relaxing, and it's definitely not violent, and they just kind of roll underneath you. Well, I was thinking about this and how this applies to business. Um, when you build your business to 300K, 500K, sometimes 700K, it's like you're stuck in the break. You're just stuck in the waves, and you're like, man, I can't get out because every time I go to walk out, the thing hits me and knocks me over. Right? It's just wave after wave after wave. And it's at fine. It's first. It's kind of fun. Like we didn't mind getting taken out by the waves. It's like, this is kind of cool. This is crazy. But after a while, you're like, it's not as fun anymore, and it starts to get a bit tiring, maybe even a little bit exhausting. Okay, and my whole mission. Okay, the reason I'm doing all this stuff is I'm trying to help people build your outdoor lighting business past $1 million, and really 1.52 million dollars is a really good number, because that's when you get past the break. Okay, that's when, like, it sounds backwards, but like that's like the bigger your business gets, the easier it gets. It's because you're not doing everything, right? And some people, unfortunately, will never experience that because they went in the ocean, they went in a little bit, not too deep, and they just got hit by some waves. And got hit by some waves and got hit by some waves, and they just retreated and decided, you know what, this isn't worth it. This isn't fun anymore. Like, this is just exhausting. And it'd just be easier to retreat. Just go to shallower water. Let's go back to the beach, right? And that's where you're stuck at 250, 300 grand, whatever it is, right? They never got to see that it's actually easier past the break. Okay. And so I got back this last Saturday night, like 2 a.m. Okay. We got back about 2 a.m. and there was an event here in Utah called Limitless Arena. My neighbor, who's one of my coaches, he's a co-founder of it. And there's a guy named Keaton Hoskins, the Muscle. If you've ever, he had a reality show and stuff like that. But anyway, he had all these speakers come. He had like Tim Grover, Brad Lee, Jesse Itzler, Logan Paul, Jody Moore, who's been on our show a couple times, was a speaker there. And so just really, really cool speakers. And it's funny because when you have an event like this, and even when we put on Light It Up Expo, you have people that are like pro these things, and then you have the antis, right? People that are against it. Because I saw people talking trash against this event that I'm going to, that I literally, I'm jet lagged. I've got 5 hours of sleep, and I'm going to this event. I want to be on time, right? And I care so much because I know what's going to happen. But there's people that are talking trash, and they're like, oh, the speakers, it's all the same thing. And, it's the same thing every time. And it's like, when I'm there, I'm realizing, you know what? The haters, they're right. It is the same thing every time, because it's not magic. Like, there's actual formulas. There are certain things that if you do and you execute, you will win. Okay. Not every time. And they don't say that, right? But you'll win 7 out of 10 times, which happens to be enough to win more than you lose. Right. There's different levels of success. There were speakers in there that had 2 commas to their net worth. Some had 3. I mean, Jesse Itzler is a billionaire. And so the one thing that they all had in common, though, because they all kind of talked about their different stories and their topics and stuff like that. But it was really being relentless in their mission to win. They all had times where they could have quit, where it would have been easier to retreat, to go back out of the waves and go back to the beach to shallower water. They all could have done it when the waves got bigger. And if you know what I'm talking about, maybe you're there in your business now. I've been there in this business where it's like, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is hard. This is so hard. How do you transform an industry? How do you build this? Like, it can get overwhelming. And then these aren't like 4-foot waves that I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm in like 20 footers, right? But these people, they pushed through. And now they have these couple commas or 3 commas to their net worth, right? And so I want to encourage you guys to realize that like, if you're feeling beat up, like something's got to change. You either have to retreat or push through, right? And I would just encourage you to keep moving forward because it's so much more enjoyable. If you can build your business up to $1 million, $1.5, $2 million, and now all of a sudden you have a sales team, you have admin, you have an installation team, and you're not doing everything, it's actually fun again. And then you just pick the things that you like to do, right? And you're adding more value to your community. You're adding more value to your client experience. You're adding more value to your team members, all right? And it's just a better thing because you actually have a business now instead of like everything relying on you. And if you mess up, then everyone else below you feels the consequence. Okay. So I just want to encourage you to keep moving forward because this is how it's done. The bigger businesses, they're not as stressed as you. These companies that are doing 5, 10, 50, $100 million, you've put in the sweat equity. Okay. And the time is to change. Like you got to push forward. You've got to do what you got to do to get to the next level. So give you guys some encouragement, move on, get through past that break and get to the calmer waters. It's so much more relaxing. All right. Again, guys, we got Erik Terkelsen coming on in just a minute. Got to thank my friends over at Emery Allen. Did you know that friends don't let friends install subpar lamps? It's all about quality. It's going to be hard to build a business and get repeat business if you're not using quality product. So Emery Allen makes premium LED lamps for lighting professionals who demand the best. Don't settle for less. Upgrade your designs and installations today with Emery Allen. All you need to do to get the hookup is reach out to Jackson, and his email is jacksonl@emeryallen.com, and he will hook you up with that discounted contractor pricing. Don't forget to mention that you heard about him here on Lighting for Profits. Just email Jackson L, the letter L, Jackson L @emeryallen.com, and he will hook you up. So thank you, Emery Allen, for your guys' support. All right, guys, I know. The only reason you came on the show or wanted to listen or watch was because of our guest today. So let's get him on the show. What do you guys say? I think it's time. Plus, I'm thirsty. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Erik Terkelsen. What's up, Erik?
What's going on, buddy? I love the intro.
Thanks, man.
Push forward to get to the calmer waters.
Yeah.
Better.
I can't turn off my business mind.
Yeah.
I do try to stay present when I'm on a family vacation, but I'm like, oh my gosh, business. How do I raise my price? How do I sell more lights?
That's awesome. Thanks for having me on today.
Hey, looking forward to it. Are we going to just do a bunch of radio voices together, or are we going to?
We might, Ryan. I was thinking about the other night when the Knicks won the championship. So I heard a lot of great voices. I was like, wow, I'd love to do that. Be a commentator out there.
I don't know why, but it would just be so cool. I used to go to the Utah Jazz games here, and I'm like, who's that? Who's the guy? Like, I want to be the guy. How do you be the guy?
Yeah.
That would be so cool. But you know what? I've never tried. So like, I probably could have
more fun doing what we're doing though, Ryan.
What's that?
I think it'd be fun, but I think we might be having more fun doing what we're doing.
Well, because we still get to hear ourselves talk.
Yeah, exactly. And it's things like this podcast you invite me on that I get to hear your voice and mine at the same time, which I love it.
It's kind of a dream come true for us.
It is.
Well, do me a favor. Just do a quick introduction. You've been on the show before. We've done a couple of these together, but for those that don't know who you are and who Holidynamics is, do it just a quick introduction of who you guys are.
No, appreciate it. So I'm Erik Terkelsen. I'm the Chief Sales and Marketing Officer at Holidynamics. Holidynamics, we've been in business about 15 years. We basically create everything you can think of for the holidays. We work with theme parks, zoos, botanical gardens, holiday lighting installers, pretty much anybody you can think of that's actually going out and decorating, whether that be interior or exterior. So we've got a lot of products for everybody, whether that's going to be on the commercial side or the residential side. A big part of what we do is the custom. So we build a lot of custom pieces. So kind of the answer I always say, Ryan, when people are talking to their customer says, hey, can you create this? The answer is yes, because we work with a lot of different products like a metal frame, silicone, faux boxwood, and moss. It's really unlimited what we can create. So we get joy out of doing that. And that's who Holidynamics is. We make commercial grade, utility grade products. So we want to make sure that not only are we creating really cool products, but products that are going to last in the elements, because we sell throughout the United States and Canada. So we cover a lot of different weather patterns and regions and whatnot. So we need to make sure that the products stand up to all different types of weather. So that's who we are. That's what we do.
You have someone that's they're going to do a quote and someone's got some wild request. You're selling them like, hey, don't tell them no. Mm-hmm. Take some pictures, jot down some notes. Let's get on a call and see if we can get you what you need.
Absolutely. And we always say that it only really takes two things. It takes time, takes money. So typically when we go from start to finish, like with a theme park or somebody that's doing an extensive walkthrough or drive-through, it's going to basically take about 3 to 4 months from start to finish. But let's say, Ryan, I'm creating some lantern animals for you. We take you through every step of the process, from the build out to the paint, making sure that everything looks correct so that when you receive that product, you're happy with it. And that's going to be really, for our customers, another differentiator for them is being able to offer customers pretty much anything that they want. And this especially does well when you're on the commercial side, when people are looking for much bigger items.
Yeah. So like if I want to do a landscape lighting secret logo, 4 feet wide or whatever, you could do that. It would take 4 months to like come up with it, or 4 months to get it delivered to me.
From start to finish. But on that stuff, that we would use our neon flex lighting for that. Typically we can do that within about 60 days. Something like that we could turn around. But anything custom, from the logos to different animals. If you guys do get a chance to take a look at our site, holidynamics.com, the neon flex light is really where it's at when it comes to the customization pieces for metal frame. So we're building a lot of snowmen this year, different types of cars we're building out of the neon flex. Just a lot. It's really unlimited what we can do. So we always say our tag is always, our collective imaginations is really the only limitation that you're going to have. So being able to work with customers, maybe you never even thought could be a customer. Now you've got a product line that you're going to be able to offer them.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying. It's just kind of got my mind spinning a little bit. I'm thinking, okay, even residential, like does the family have like a family crest, a logo or whatever, or something that they stand behind, like, oh, we're always about this or whatever, right, or a favorite college team or whatever, or like maybe do you go approach a business and you could even do like a quick AI rendering to be like, hey, we could produce this for you. Now it's June, so it gives us lead time. There's still lead time. We can get this done for you so that by the time the holidays hit, we could get, like, that's what's cool. Cause like I've always customized my cars, like my trucks. I get a lift, I get tires, I get to pick my wheels. I don't like it to fit in. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of customization things that people want. So even if you're just going to do like a roof line, but also give them this custom decorative thing for their business or whatever, like that's pretty sexy. I don't think most people are bringing them up.
No, and I think you're right. And it is on that residential side as well. We're building a lot of things for people's man caves. So this doesn't have to just be for holiday. This can be really year round. So we've created a lot of party item themes, sandals, sun. We've got just a ton of things that you could put out into a backyard, whether they have like a backyard oasis or just a backyard barbecue, where you could put a lot of this stuff up on the fence line, but it's stuff you can do year round. So even we're selling now, we've got about 60 different species of trees that we're making. The palm trees have been very successful this last year, getting those out to the public, because what we're doing is we're offering the fiberglass palm tree, but we do them unlit. So then you could add whatever type of light you want to it. So that way, let's say the light set, it fails, goes out, whatever, you can just replace the light set and you still have that fiberglass palm tree. And it's cool because we're making them in 10 foot, 13 feet, 17 feet. So they're doing really well. So in Nebraska, we can't grow palm trees, obviously, but there's a lot of pools here, and it just adds to the whole ambiance in the backyard of just something really cool. And yeah.
So are people doing the palm trees that are in the northern markets because they want that? They want to feel like they're in the warm climate, or is it people in the warm climates?
Both. So there's areas too, like even in Arizona, we'll sell them to that they can't grow the palm trees, or they don't have, the ability to do that, or maybe it's something that they want to use interior. There's a lot of interior, like the indoor pools and whatnot. So it's really, again, unlimited who you can sell to. We're selling to restaurants, wedding venues. I mean, it's really unlimited. So when you start thinking about, if you're in the holiday industry today, it's not just selling to Christmas or, okay, you know what, this year we're going to add on Halloween. That's typically what we'll hear, those two holidays together. But now, like even with our dynamic RGB WW product, you can carry that Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, into Memorial Day, 4th of July, then into Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and you're really covering the whole year. So there's really no reason that you can't say, hey, I want to stay busy all year round. We've got products to be able to take you through the whole year.
All right. I kind of want a 13-foot palm tree in my living room now.
I think you want to pair them though, Ryan. I don't think you just start with a 13. I think if you're getting a 13, you may need the 10 and the 17 as well.
Yep, to show the height. Yep, you're right.
I want to show that. Yeah, definitely. But they're putting a lot of them in the backyards. We did one in Scott's backyard. We actually put 3 out there and had a party back there. People would come back and say, well, how'd you guys get the palm trees back here? They're like, those aren't real. And they're like, no, they're real. I went up, that it's real. And I'm like, no, we made them. They're not real.
What are they made of?
Fiberglass.
Okay. So they hold up good to the elements?
Oh, they hold up great. And you can actually take the fronds off the top. So let's say you have a big windstorm that's coming. We typically get a lot of those here in Nebraska. You can actually take the fronds off and then just keep the palm tree up. So you just pour a footing, similar to what you would do with any type of cherry blossom tree or basketball hoop, something like that, where you need to pour the footing for it. And then you're good to go.
I just thought of a funny social media video that might not be funny at all. It was funny in my head. So someone buys a house, but they already have these artificial palm trees in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
But they moved from Texas, and they know in Texas, when the storm's coming, you have to wrap your palm tree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then this person then walks out and they're wrapping their artificial palm tree in stuff to keep it warm for the storm. I don't know. Maybe it's not funny.
There you go. I'm going to look to you for more of the coaching too on the social media aspect too, because I like that idea.
You just got to try a bunch of stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
No, true.
So what we got to talk about this. I put this on my notes. Why in the heck? Why is Omaha? I don't know if it is or not. I call it the Christmas light capital of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That might not be official, but it kind of is. Why is Omaha the unofficial Christmas light capital of the world?
Yeah, it's really. People ask me all the time, what's in the water in Omaha? Why would there be so many holiday lighting companies? What's going on here? It really started with one company, branched off into another company, which branched off into another company. And so that's really where that started. And those companies, they stayed here and made their headquarters here in Omaha. So not really that sexy of a story, but people like to think, oh my God, I got to come to Omaha, the mecca of holiday lighting. I got to get there. And I'll show you, this may be a reason. I do bring this postcard here, which maybe we can show in here. So this is Nebraska, for those that haven't been here.
Yeah, this is cornfields, right?
No, that's what everybody thinks Nebraska looks like, but not like that at all. I think what I've heard lately is Omaha may be the next Cancun, Mexico. I don't remember, Ryan, who said it. I can't quote you on that, but if you haven't been to Omaha, Nebraska, you need to get here. because there's a lot of cool stuff. The College World Series is going on right now here in Omaha.
Oh, remember you were supposed to tell me. I need to come in for that one time.
Yeah, you do need to come in here.
I mean,
Great, and then you can visit the showroom and
maybe I could throw out the first pitch. Did they know that you're on the #1 landscape lighting show in Omaha?
They always do. They always ask me. They're like, "Oh, you're on Ryan Lee? Okay, #1."
Yeah.
We don't even go into it much anymore. They just know it's #1.
They just know.
I think that's one of the trophies back here that we're going to give to you, Ryan, for your #1 podcast. See right there.
You're the only guy that has more trophies than me.
Yeah, I'm going to manufacture some more of those soon, so we can.
We were supposed to start the #1 just outdoor lighting podcast. We were supposed to do that together, weren't we?
That's going to be coming up. I think that's in Q4 of 26.
Okay.
Once we get the rest of our stuff done.
I keep saying that. Yeah, next quarter. Quarter. Yeah. Well, talk to me about what's going on in the just outdoor lighting industry. Did you guys launch a permanent lighting line, or is that your?
Yeah. So one that we're manufacturing is Heyo.
Okay.
Flip is doing the training on that piece of it. So Matt and his team. So working with them to get that product out to the masses, and it's been really good. We've done several training classes on it. We did one actually here in Omaha back in April. So we'll continue to do those. I know they've got some other ones that are listed. Excuse me, my voice is cracking because the weather's changing here. Yeah, exactly. Seasons change.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. So what's up, Ryan? But what's going to be interesting, I think, is just the amount of people that do want to still get into permanent lighting. We started doing permanent lighting with Minleon about 12 years ago. And then it's really taken off here over the last couple of years, which everybody's starting to get into that. You still has some education to do in the industry. I think a lot of people have purchased like Govee. So they want to think, oh, when I went to Costco, Govee was pretty cheap. Why is yours so much more expensive? So you have to educate on that. But it's something that's not going away. It's I wouldn't even call it a trend. I think it's here to stay. But there's just so many different things you can do with it. We just quoted a gentleman the other day for his decking. He wants to do it all around his deck. He doesn't want to do anything up on the roof line. So he's asking for that. But yeah, there's just so many different ways that, you can use the permanent lighting. So many opportunities with that. We've got that step in between your static and permanent by doing the dynamic RGB WWC9 bulb. So that continues to do really well. We've made a lot of advancements in our technology over the last 6 years. So we brought that out prior to COVID. And probably over the last 3 years is when we got the RGB WW. And now we're making it in the polycarbonate. So I don't know if you've seen that, where it's just a heavier plastic, doesn't cloud as much as kind of your polystyrene that's been out in the market for many years. A lot of people have moved over to the polycarbonate, but now we're moving the RGB WW into that as well. So that's going to be a game changer too.
As you've kind of seen what's happening with permanent lighting and stuff like that, how has that affected the traditional holiday lighting sales? Some people think, like, I don't want to go promote permanent lighting because it's going to hurt what I'm doing today, like with my C9 bulbs and whatnot. I think differently to that. I think you can still, because if they want it, they're going to go somewhere to get it. So you can either get on board and sell it, or you can just let it pass you by. Those that are embracing it and actually doing it, you can still do your wreaths, your garlands. You can still put spritzers out in the landscape bed. There's still all that extra that you can do that's going to continue to help build with that customer. So I don't think permanent lighting is one of those things that, it's going to hurt your lighting sales. It's just more people are wanting it now, because there's people that don't do holiday lighting that want permanent lighting. Like guys that I'm like, oh, so have you done holiday lighting before? No, don't want that. But if you want to, do the permanent lighting and give me a wreath and a couple garlands, I'm up for that. So I think it's just one of those things like you're offering right now too with your coaching, with the permanent, with the landscape, and with the holiday. I think all three of those combined really can help you build a really nice business. And there's great products out there today. I think we offer great products, but I encourage people to look around, test what's out there, see what's there. If there's things like that we offer, like with a polycarbonate bulb, if you need some samples of that, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to supply you with that.
Our glitzer has really taken off. This is something that just fits right into an E17 socket. So it just screws right into your existing C9 cord. But what's really cool about this is you don't need new cord. So if I'm out today and I've got several of our customers that probably have 1,500 plus C9 customers. And I'm like, well, what can you do to make it different? They're like, you know what? We just want to stick with C9. That's all they do. There's like no spritzers, no extras, no wreaths, nothing. They want to do just C9, and they're doing it, and they're doing it well. And I've always told people, you have to do what fits into your box, right? Because at the end of the day, Ryan, I don't pay your bills, but I can help you. I can give you ideas of how you can go make more money. But showing people products like this, like with the glitzer, being able to go out and just screw that right in, and just think about this as just being used on your peak bulb. How much you can really change the whole look of that roof line is incredible. So we're promoting it as a roof line where you could do it just in the peaks. You could do it every fifth bulb. You could do it every other bulb. We've got plenty of pictures out on the website for everybody to take a look at. And if you want some more in-depth photos and whatnot, you can reach out to me at Erik@holidynamics.com. But we're doing it in the roof line. We're also doing this in a pathway. So as you know, Ryan, being around this industry for as long as you have, when it comes to pathways, people typically are using a C9 bulb. They're throwing that on a C9 stake, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, whatever, and that becomes their pathway. Where adding something like this is going to change that whole look as well. So the glitzer as a pathway is a home run. We're also doing, and I brought some additional samples to show to the group today. Would be, if I can bring this over. So using a piece of garland, what we're doing here is actually incorporating those as embellishments into the garlands, into the topiaries, your wreaths, to create some extra dimension. Yep. So on this particular piece, what we did is we ran 2 different things in here. We actually added 3. We have a ribbon that runs through, kind of gives it more of a day appearance. So this would be something that we're doing for 4th of July for the 250th. You can put in your glitzers. So we've got right here. But then also what we did is we attached that to one of our RGB WW garlands. So I can go in here right now and I can actually change the color of that to go into, maybe I want to change it to, let's just do more of a static here.
I notice it's red, white, and blue, the glitzer. Yeah.
So you can see.
Can you do that? You can have that be any color and any like number of colors?
Yeah, so right now, like for the 4th of July, obviously, we're going to make that to where either I'm doing a red or a blue or a pure white, but I can also change the functionality of it as well. So I can go from a static to a wave to a chase, and just with that simple radio frequency remote. So I've added in what would be just your static glitzers. We also do them in twinkle as the embellishment, added that into the RGB WW garland. But then I can actually have that. I've got it hooked up to power sources, so I can run the RGB WW, change all the colors there, and then just keep these static. So this has been a really good piece for us to show as more of an embellishment. We've got a lot of interior customers, Ryan, that are using this in place of a lot of their ornaments. So customers that have used, typically they're going out and they're putting, 50, 60 ornaments into an indoor tree. They're actually going out spending less by adding the glitzers for 30 to 40% of them. Okay. So that makes a really nice, it gives an extra dimension. We do all sorts of different colors: teal, pink, blue, purple, green. Any color really you can think of. And then we also offer it in the RGB WW. So 3 ways we offer it: twinkle, static, and then RGB WW. But another cool thing that we're doing for some outdoor is actually doing it as a patio light. So all you would need to do here is simply take your C9 cord, attach it to a guy wire, and then you've got your patio lighting, just like if you were using an Edison bulb. Okay. It's something different. So we put that under some decking. People are using this around columns. They're putting this around arches just to create a different look. I don't know if you've seen that on our Instagram, but just a lot of different ways to actually show that. And then in your big evergreens, instead of just wrapping that with like a light set or C9, we're going in there and adding these in there as well. And then in some cases, adding like a light drop to it. So you've got a lot of different, you've got the twinkle here, maybe you got your static C9 bulb, and then you've got the drip tube that's adding another dimension to it. So lots of different things, but the great piece about this is not only does it screw in, super simple, you don't need any new hardware for that, but the price point, you're average about $3.50 to $4 per piece, which really makes it inexpensive. So when you are going out and you're doing a pathway, if you're going out and using this instead of a C9 bulb, I can command a higher ticket price because it is so different. And I really truly feel like this is going to be a game changer in the industry because nobody's seen anything like it. We've got the patent on it. So we're really proud of this product. This is something we came up with about 4 years ago, just thinking about it. And we finally got the patents on it late last year.
What's the sales approach like? Because, the things that you just named, the glitzer, the tube, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that a random homeowner is not going to know about. So they're going to call and say, hey, I want some Christmas lights. And they're thinking they want some C9s on the roof line, I'm sure. Yep. What are your top guys doing in order to like command the sale and really open up the not just checkbook, but really open up the possibilities for this person that has no idea about designing a holiday lighting display?
No, that's a great question. So what I like to do is with those customers to send them something like a tickler to say, hey, here's a new product that you may want to look at for your home. This is going to, really set you apart from your neighbors. People like that. They want to be unique. They want to be different. I think this is the product to help them do that. But being able to show them this, typically, like I won't go out to many homes or Dylan won't go out to many homes to try to sell them. We usually do that over the phone. But if it's a bigger property, we'll go out. Typically, if I go out, I'm bringing this with me. If I'm going out and I'm trying to get somebody to sign up for the next following year, we try to do that in early January. A lot of people are like, I don't even start doing that till July. My question is why? Why do you wait? Like, why is it that we wait till July to say, hey, are you on board for next year? But that's typically something that's been done forever. Well, we don't do it that way. We want to go out after we've already talked to the customer beforehand. I'm probably having Dylan go out there too with this piece when he's doing the install. And if he catches that customer to say, hey, next year, let's use this as well. And they may say, why are we waiting for next year? Right? We just put it out there. Let's use this for next year. Why would we wait? So lots of different ways that you can do it. But once they see it, they love it. So typically when we go out and we're looking at like any trade show we go to, and if we're talking to a customer, and there's a lot, as you know, like a Transworld and some of these other shows, they'll go out and they'll say, we'll have a lot of residential customers. And I'll ask them, I'm like, what do you think your price is on this? And they're like, I don't know, maybe like $50. I'm like, for this? This is one piece? They're like, yeah, it's so different. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Scott, I think we might be able to retire soon. These people want to pay $50. But reality is that most of the people think right around that $10 to $12 mark. But the cool thing is when you go out, Ryan, and let's say on average throughout the United States, I think, let's just say we're anywhere from $5 to $9 per linear foot. And a lot of that changes, based on the type of the house, whether that's ranch style, 1.5, 2-story, whatever, right? Let's just say that's the average. When I go out and I add this, so if I have one of my competitors go out and they give a bid, and the customers, a lot of them here too, will say, well, I'm going to get another couple bids. I'm like, okay, well, here's one thing I want to leave you with is this year, I think what we'd like to do is put this up in your peak. And maybe I just only put the 3. They have 3 peaks. And I say, I'm going to go ahead and put this up just as a bonus into your roof line this year as a peak because it's going to make you look different than anybody else. And they're like, seriously? Because they've already put the value as, oh my God, that's so different. I love it. When in turn, it's costing like $10, right? $10 to put 3 glitzers up in the peaks.
Yep.
The way that it looks after you do it changes it. And then they'll call back and say, you know what? I really like that you put them up in the peaks, but can we add more? And that's typically what happens. You leave them with something like this, something they haven't seen before. It's just not, we just haven't put it out there that much. I mean, we're really getting momentum behind it, but there's still a lot of areas that have not seen this piece.
Okay.
So arming our customers, our affiliates with the ability to go out and offer something different and just tell their customer whether that's going to, I want to sign you back up, Ryan. So getting back to that piece, I've signed you up. It's January. Ryan, I want to get you on board again this year. what I'd like to do is offer you a free upgrade to the new glitzer. They're like, what's that? Send them a picture, show them on a roof line. They're like, oh my gosh, yes. And I'm like, but what we have to do is get you signed up so that we get you on the schedule, because based on this new product, they're really filling up fast, and they'll go to that and they want to sign up. And you're not offering discounts like typically people will in July. Hey, sign up by July 15th, get 10% off. When I used to do that, I start counting that. I'm like, if we're giving 10% off to all of our customers, you're giving away like $30,000, $40,000 a year.
Oh yeah.
Like, that just doesn't make any sense. So we came out with this product too with the mindset of this could be a great upgrade. It could be a good incentive as well to get somebody to sign up.
Yeah.
So I think all the different applications you're going to have in this, very different. If anybody wants a sample of this, Ryan, what we are going to offer here too for lighting for profits is we have sent some of these out. This is going to be a glitzer sample kit. Inside this glitzer sample kit, you're going to receive, you basically are going to get several of the glitzers, but then also you're going to get the PC bulb, so the polycarbonate bulb. You'll get it all ready to go, ready to plug in, so you can just show it right to your customer. You don't even have to say anything. You can plug it in for your customer and say, this is what I'd like to do this year. They'll be like, wow, that's so different. I've never seen anything like it. Typically, 90% of the time, that's what the response. I've never seen anything like that.
How do you get one of these sample packs?
So sample pack, they can just email me, just Erik at Holidynamics, said I'd love to receive a sample pack. Typically, we're going to kit these out as well. So if you need additional, I think we're at $10 per kit. But we'd like to offer these to the Lighting for Profit customers.
Oh, sweet.
And get those out so we can draw for some of that. We've also got another cool product that I want to show you today. I know we're going to be limited in time. I was hoping that this was going to be our 3-hour Christmas special, but I think we only have an hour today. But stuff like that. So trying to get things out there that not only you can see it, but then also can I show it to my client? Is there something that I can get out there, show it to them? We've tagged them with the different QR codes, whatnot, so you can just look that up right away to find out more about that particular piece. We've got
the email, by the way.
What's that?
Is that your email? Is that right?
Yeah, Erik at holidynamics.com.
Yeah, but with a K. Erik with a K.
Yeah, you got it. You know, Ryan. How long have we known each other now?
Well, not everyone knows that. They're going to be like, yeah, I don't know. I sent Erik an email like 2 months ago. I never heard back.
No, perfect. I appreciate you getting that right, but you've always had that right. Okay, I'm going to show you the new Halo spritzer. So, we've had a lot of interest of our spritzers over the years. The 16-inch, 24 and 32. So now we've designed this piece, and it's called the Halo. This is going to come in 20-inch. We've already started to show that a little bit, already started getting orders on it. It's just nice because it's different from the spritzer, a little more elegant in the look to it. But people were asking us, they're like, hey, you really like the spritzer, but what do you have in addition to it when I'm trying to get my customer to expand? Yeah. I don't want to just stay with just a regular spritzer. That's why we came out with the Odyssey. The Odyssey is the one that we put all the diodes to the center and all the outward stems do the twinkle. And then we did a Paramount, which is stacked, looks like a chandelier, but when you flip it, it turns into a tree. So we added that. And then this year, Scott just came out with this one, which is our Halo. So what I'd like to do, we don't have these in stock yet, but also for something fun today, Ryan, why don't we also give one of these away? So when they do come in, we can get them to whoever wins that Halo. But I think this is going to be really cool. It's so warm white right now, but we're also doing it in other colors as well. So we'll be having it in the patriotic, we'll have it in red, we'll have it in green, we'll have it in blue, all the different colors that we offer.
So we'll just have to do something like the 5th person to email you and ask for the sample kit or something. I mean, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, something fun like that. But just wanted to give away some. Also going to give away today.
How many years? How many years have you been with Holidynamics?
12.
Okay, so the 12th person that emails Erik with a K at holidynamics.com and requests the sample kit will also win the what'd you call it?
Halo spritzer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it. One of the other things that we did this year, Ryan, just to help our affiliate base, is within our website. So when you sign in and you actually get your affiliate pricing, we actually created another area that only affiliates can go to. None of our retail traffic can get to it. but it's basically our workshop. It's called the workshop. And you can go in there and we've got all sorts of, when we keep adding to it daily, pictures that you can just take and use that for your marketing purposes, different tips and tricks. There's different things that we offer as far as certification, kind of getting signed up for the certifications that we offer for both the RGBWW and the Glitzer. All that stuff is located there. The only thing you need is just your login, and then you're able to go out there and access that information. So that was something new that we started towards the end part of last year, but we continue to add to it. So it's just something where it's ongoing, right? It's like, okay, we've got great products to offer, but how do we go out and how do we market it? How do we install it better? What are some tips and tricks that we can offer? So, we can only take so many calls at one time, but when people, they want to be self-sufficient most of the time, being able to have that access to that workshop has been a godsend for us.
I love it.
And I think for our affiliates, they really like it.
I love the innovativeness.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably not the right word.
Yeah, I like it.
The ability to innovate. Yeah, good job.
Say it in your radio voice. Let me hear it.
Innovativeness.
There you go.
If you say it like that, then
it's not out there. It's Webster's 2026 word of the year.
That's right. You heard it live on Lighting for Profits. Okay. I've got some rapid fire questions because I'm interested to see your perspective on things. But actually, before I ask you that, I'm interested, I'm preaching this message that like the perfect outdoor lighting company kind of does all, like holiday lighting, permanent lighting, landscape lighting. I mean, I've got my favorite. I won't say it out loud, landscape lighting, but I think that you kind of have to do all three because you're going to get you're going to get a lead for holiday lighting. And if you're like, no, I don't do that. Well, then how are you going to upsell them landscape lighting? You know what I mean? Like, I just think it makes sense. If you're going to be doing outdoor lighting, like let's do them all. Yeah. There's a lot of different suppliers. There's a lot of existing designers, contractors, whatever you want to call them. How much of the market do you still see like a lot of new installers coming in, or is that slowing down?
No, Ryan, every quarter just new, like, hey, just, I was watching whatever, it could have been, they picked up your podcast on Instagram or whatever. They're seeing new and they're like, hey, I want to get into this. I don't have any experience. I just want to learn more about the industry because I think this could be something I could do. And you're seeing it a lot, which I'm sure this is pretty consistent with everybody listening, is that you're seeing it with companies that are lawn care, landscaping, something especially in the snow belt, throughout, where you're going from Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, all the way through, where they can't do landscape lighting all year round, or they can't do landscaping all year round. They have to keep their guys busy, and sometimes they'll add that on as a secondary income. So we're seeing it with power washers now. We're seeing it with landscape, lawn, snow. I mean, anytime that there's an add-on, I think we're seeing a lot of interest from these guys to get into holiday. And there was an individual that I worked with probably about 10 years ago, and he said, Eric, if I can get 100 if I can get 100 holiday lighting accounts, I'm going to get rid of my snow, because the snow is really unpredictable, right? Yeah. We know that holiday's not every year. As long as I stay up on it, keep my customers happy, I'm going out and I'm selling, that business isn't going away. But with snow, you can't always guarantee it. So what we're seeing from this guy, he was like, hey, if I get to 100 holiday lighting accounts, I'm not even going to do snow anymore. I'm like, okay. And his guys were with him. They were actually in their showroom. They're like, seriously? We don't have to do snow anymore? He's like, no, if you guys can get out there right now, we got 81. He goes, but I don't know if we can get there. So I didn't see him for a while. His guys were still coming in. They're buying quite a bit. And I'm like, what's going on, guys? You're still doing the holiday, or you're still doing snow removal? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what are you up to right now in accounts? He's like, I think we're up to like 130. But now Boss Man doesn't want to let it go because he's making too much money.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's funny.
It might snow.
So, yeah. But he found that this was a great way for him to keep some of his guys busy. And he still liked the snow. He still because there can be money made in snow. But most of our customers that do snow, I don't know of anybody that's like, man, I love it. I so love snow. Most guys are like, yeah, just because it is unpredictable and it's hard on your equipment, that it's not always, their favorite thing to do. But I'm seeing a lot of that. So when you ask, are there a lot of guys that are still getting into it, still new? Absolutely. And I think it's also because of what's available out on the internet today, what's out on Facebook, what, different ads. You've got lots of guys that are going out, guys that would be probably number 2, 3, 4 in the podcast world. They're not probably close to you, Ryan, at that number 1 slot, nor you have to worry about that. But there's guys that are out there doing some pretty cool stuff. And I think people are tuning in saying, you know what, I think I can do this. But it really comes down to something you and I were talking about earlier today was you can do it. You can be successful in it, but you got to be super intentional about it, because the business isn't just going to come to you and then you're like, oh my God, Ryan, I made $2 million. It's like, you got to do the work. And if you do the work, the money's there. It's there.
The money's crazy. I mean, my mindset is continually like shifted, like when I got into the lighting industry, I thought it was crazy that someone would pay $4,000 for landscape lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's hardly anything. That's just where I was at in life. And then when I heard that someone would spend $4,000 for holiday lighting, it was like a whole nother thing. Like, what? The lights are only up for 2 months at most,
Right.
And then we sold the job. I sold a job. It was $30,000, for residential. And I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And it just kept going up. And so I'm seeing all these people have amazing success in the holiday lighting industry. And I think they're even like blowing their own minds. And so they have to hire all these people, and they're doing $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600,000 in Christmas lights in a short window.
Yeah.
And what I've found is like they lay those people off because their main business isn't big enough to keep the 20-man crew busy, or the 10-man crew, whatever it is they grow to. They lay everyone off. Then the next season they go, hey, you available? Oh no. Well, is your cousin, like, is somebody? And so they have to recruit new people, and then they're retraining and all this. And so people are reaching out to me going, man, I want to do landscape lighting, not because I want to be the next best landscape lighting guy, but I just want to keep my crew busy so that when holiday lighting season hits, like they're already trained. They're ready to go. I call it the seasonal rehire.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's kind of what a lot of guys are doing right now. They're getting into landscape lighting just to avoid the seasonal rehire. And then there are some people that are like falling in love with it and taking it to the next level and making their $500K holiday lighting business look small compared to their, couple $1 million in landscape lighting. But I just think there's so much synergy there, which is really why we started Light It Up Expo, which I appreciate you guys coming to this year, because there's just too much synergy there to avoid it. There's a holiday lighting training, there's a permanent lighting training, there's a landscape lighting, but there's nothing that brought them together. And so I just think that, that's one thing I'm looking forward to growing Light It Up, is to just continue that overlap. And if there's people that don't like landscape lighting, we'll come and find someone in your area that you can refer. Or if you don't like holiday lighting or don't like permanent, that's okay. You don't have to be an expert at all of it, but you should network and you should find the resources that can help you grow your business.
Well, I think you did a good job with the show and bringing people together, that when you look at like companies like mine, where you look to, when you're going to a trade show, it's like, is this the right trade show for me? Even if it's half of it was landscape lighting guys, those are your guys that are interested in learning more about holiday lighting and how can I get into it. But then you're also on the other side of people that are interested or that are doing holiday lighting can get in and talk to some of these guys about landscape lighting. So I think it served a lot of different purposes. I really enjoyed the show. I think that for those that are listening, if you haven't gone to Light It Up Expo in the past, it's a great show. And Ryan and his team did a phenomenal job with it. And Ryan, I had a great time, met a lot of great people, but it was also inspirational, and I believe it was full of intentional people, that people made the investment to come out to see you, to see the group, because they wanted to grow their business. And I saw a lot of people that are like, man, these guys are hungry. They were asking questions. They were networking. They were following up. They were emailing. I'm like, wow, it's different than some of the shows that you and I have attended. And I won't mention those shows because right now it's all about Light It Up Expo.
It's fine. I don't
anybody else a plug right now, Ryan.
I saw that too. I mean, there's these young guns that are they're just going to take over. I mean, they're not afraid of taking risk. They're not afraid of failing.
Yeah.
They're coming in. They're talking to people that other people would be intimidated to talk to and ask stupid questions and do all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, this is cool.
Yeah.
I never knew. So when I never knew we were going to do Light Up Expo 6 years ago when I started Landscape Lighting Secrets, I didn't know there was a need for it, And so I didn't know like the power of community and like, people that pay attention. And so the people that pay to go, like you saw, like they're a different breed. Like they sacrifice. The ticket price was kind of hardly anything really, because you still have like your hotel and you have your airfare and, like food, and there's other stuff that goes into it. And so I really appreciate everyone for trusting the process, because when anyone who went knows the transformation that happened in that room. And it happened because of community. You surround yourself with other people. Like that show I just went to here in Utah, it just leveled up my mindset to be like, man, like I haven't been thinking big enough. These guys have helicopters.
Yeah.
Like, I just have a car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, what am I doing? Like, could I get a helicopter? So that's what happens. Like you put all these people in the room, and now all of a sudden they're talking, and you and I, we know a lot of these people offline as well. And they're calling each other and they're helping each other out outside of the show, outside of the training and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see that like level of accountability and community starting to form.
Well, and the friendships that you make too, it's interesting because I'll talk to my children about this. And sometimes, as you have kids and they come home and they're like, man, so-and-so was my buddy. Now they're not, and whatever. And you're like, you know what, here's the facts. When you get older, and you get into college, it'll be like, how many of those guys that you went to high school will you really ever talk to again? Most of the time, unless you're super intentional about that relationship and keeping it together, they fade, they go away, right? And maybe like today, I was looking at it. I was just talking to my daughter about this on Friday, and I said the guys that I went to high school with, probably I still talk to like 3 or 4. I graduated with a class of 500. To talk to 3 or 4 people, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, when I went into college and I got into a fraternity, I talked to more of those guys than I even talked to the guys in high school. But it's funny that the majority of my friends today, like true friends, like you'd go to a wedding, you'd go on vacation with them, you'd see them at Lighted Up Expo, you'd go hang out, have dinner with them or whatever. That's where my friends are now, which is, I tell them about that. I'm like, if you are passionate about your business, passionate about what you do, and you want to surround yourself with not just winners, but people that are like-minded like you, those are going to be the friends that you have, because you guys are going for the same goal, right? Yeah. You want to grow, not just, your business, but your network. And so we had a good conversation about that. And I think, for me today, I love being in the holiday lighting industry. I can't imagine doing anything other than that. I've got friends that will manage like discount tires and stuff like that. I'm like, God, how do you even get up in the morning? How do you get motivated for that? But it's their why, right? It's what motivates them.
They love tires.
Yeah. To me, yeah, like, hey, do you need some R2270? You're like, what? No, I don't. I just bought tires from you like 2 years ago. Okay.
Wait,
holidays.
Are they all terrains?
They are.
Yes. I need some.
I'll get my buddy to give you a call. But just the holiday industry, having a format like this, like Lighting for Profits, being able to teach people or to share. It's not even so much always teaching, but sharing information. Yeah. I think from anywhere, just listening to some of the speakers that you had at Lighted Up Expo, you can always take some nuggets from that, right? You can think that you're the most seasoned holiday lighting guy. You're at $2 million per year, whatever. You can still go and you network, and you're still going to pull some nuggets from there. And that's what that's about. So when you talk about community, I agree with you 100%. And I think that people that haven't gone to Lighted Up Expo, again, another plug for you, but just because I did get something out of it, Ryan, I think people do need to attend that. If you've thought about it, you just haven't made the commitment, you need to do it.
I will say this. I don't know how this turned into a Lighted Up Expo commercial, but
it did. Wow. Because Ryan, that's the way we do it.
Announcing the date soon. So we will be announcing the dates, but go if you want to get on the wait list, because we did this last year. We're going to probably do it every year. There's no secret. You're going to get a substantial discount for the early bird. So go to lightedupexpo.com, join the waiting list, but we're soon, we're close to announcing everything. So I'm really excited to announce that. But hey, Erik, I got to ask, I have these rapid fire questions. Yeah. I didn't prepare them for nothing. If we don't do them.
Okay, let's do them.
So here's the thing. Don't think. Yes. And there's only 10 or something, but you don't think, I don't need an explanation. I just need an answer.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. All right. Commercial or residential?
Commercial.
Sell or lease?
Sell.
C9 or C7?
C9.
Roof lines or tree wraps?
Roof lines.
Easiest upsell in holiday?
Glitzer.
12 or 15-inch spacing?
15.
RGB or classic white?
RGBWW.
Oh, warm white or cool white?
Warm white.
Digital timer or analog timer or photo cell?
Ooh. I like the pin timer, the mechanical pin timer.
You really? I put that in there. I was thinking, I wonder if he's gonna laugh at me.
So a lot of customers buy the digital. I prefer, but that's again my opinion. I like it. There's nothing ever been wrong with it. That's why I go with that.
All right. Tree wraps or hanging spritzers?
Hanging spritzers.
All right. And then I think I may have screwed up the terminology. I swear you guys used to have like a sphere type thing. Do you have a sphere?
We have orbs.
Orb. Okay.
Orbs that kind of resemble
spritzer or orb?
Spritzer.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then spritzer or what was the new one?
Glitzer.
Not glitzer. The other one.
Oh, the halo.
Halo. Spritzer or halo. I didn't know about that one yet.
Great question. Spritzer.
Wow. I mean, this is shocking news. I mean, this is going to be all over CNN, Fox News. This is crazy.
But here's the thing. So we've just added a new individual helping us run our company as a COO, Kurt Carr. He came over from Bickerman. Kurt loves the lease side of it. I love the purchase side of it. I've kind of looked at this, for many years. Do we do some in lease, some in purchase? If you go to train with people, some say you got to be one or the other. I've used kind of a hybrid over the years to where I do a sale, but if it's a big city project and they want to have that more, lease terms, then I'll do it that way. Not a big deal. I think you can make money in both, but I think that lease and purchase is kind of like Republican Democrat in the United States. I would say that it's pretty close to 50-50 of the customers that we deal with that do purchase or lease, which is crazy to me. But people that do the lease are like, yeah, you're dumb. People that do purchase are like, you're dumb. But you can make money at both. Yeah. It depends on where you want to be. What do you want your box to look like? Do you want to be a lease guy? Do you want to be a purchase? And I could defend both, and we train both.
No, you pretty much drew your line in the sand today.
I like sales, but that's me. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So you were commercial, you were cell, you were roof lines, 15-inch, glitzer, RGBWW, warm white, pin analog timer, hanging spritzers, and then spritzer.
My son would probably go, Dad would go with the mechanical pin timer.
Yeah, I was like,
he's kind of forever to go over to the Apple phone, but once I did, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. And if you stay kind of, and you've kind of mentioned this too, right? With the if you push forward and you get to the calmer waters, that's kind of like it. When I looked at before, I was all Android, and I told my kids, I'm like, I'm never ever going to Apple. And they're like, Dad, that's stupid because you've got the computers Apple, you've got the iPads, we've got blah blah blah. Everything is Apple in our house, but you want to go with that. And I'm like, I just got stuck in my ways. But I think if you're willing to get out of your comfort zone, that's the biggest thing. So to grow, Scott says it too. We talk about it. We got to grow. We got to get out of our comfort zone. So I was a little bit nervous about going to Apple, but now that I know it, I would never go back to Android. You couldn't pay me to go back to Android. Even if Emery Allen said, hey, Erik, we saw you on the greatest podcast ever, and we want to offer you an Android phone. I'm like, no thanks. Appreciate you, but no.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would turn them down too. They haven't even offered me an Android. I mean,
but I teed it up for you today. So our friends at Emery Allen, if you're listening, well, I'm sure you are.
I've got the iPhone 13. What are they up to now? 19?
17?
17? I don't even know if I have 13. Mine's kind of getting old. So Tom, if you're listening,
that was the other thing. My son was like, hey, are we going to upgrade? I'm like, yeah, we're going to upgrade, but I want the 2 terabyte. He's like, why? He goes, you can just save it to the cloud. And I'm like, no, I want to make sure I got it all right here. So I did the 2 terabyte.
Baller.
Apple, yeah.
Baller.
So I can just take pictures all day long. I'm like, oh, that'd be good. I'm just taking pictures, not worrying about filling it up.
Well, you heard it here live. He switched from Android to Apple. So welcome.
Yeah. Another giveaway, Ryan. Let's do another one. So we do have the Halo, right? We're giving away Halo. We're giving away some of these.
That's the 16th person to email Erik at Holidynamics.
And then let's give away 2 25 packs of the glitzers.
Oh, wow. 2 25 packs.
Yeah.
Okay. So who do you want to give that to?
You make that call. We'll give that one to you. How you want to do it.
The third person to email me, the third and the fifth person to email me, support@ryanleecoaching.com.
Perfect.
The third and the fifth, support@ryanleecoaching.com, and just put I heart the glitzers.
I love it. I got to get that bumper sticker made. Will you put that on your truck?
Yeah. I heart glitzer.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. So if people want to get a hold of you, what's the website again? And what's the best way to reach out to you?
The website is holidynamics.com, which I think you had that scrolling on my email. And then to get to me directly, it's erik@holidynamics.com.
Okay.
And always available if you can, like us on Facebook, Instagram. We're going to post a lot more out there. LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn is still a lost art, where a lot of professionals aren't using LinkedIn as much anymore. But I think that is still a great way to network in with people. So you can link in with me there as well.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So I don't know how I'm going to remember this. I'm not. So I'm just going to say it again. The third and the fifth person will win a 25 pack of glitzers. To email support@ryanleecoaching.com. The 16th person to email Erik@holidynamics.com will win the thing called a
Halo.
Okay.
Halo.
All right. That sounds good, man. Well, it's always good catching up with you. Thanks for staying late. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody watching today. Reach out. We're always here to help. And if you aren't getting coaching from Ryan, make sure you do, because he's a great guy and is helping the industry. So that's my additional plug for you, Ryan. I'm out of here, buddy. See you.
Thanks, Erik. It's been great. No, that was awesome. You guys have an awesome week. Don't forget to email Erik. And don't forget to email me. Let's go.
Take care.